This is for all the scooter lovers. Can you give me a ride like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Can you feel alive like this?
Have you ever wondered how mixing engineers for artists like Ariana Grande, Ed Sheeran or Billie Eilish get back in? Well, let's listen to what we
give me a
into
ride
a
like
bus
this.
or a summing stack if you're in Logic. So the reason we put it in a bus is because there's some kind of dark stuff that we want to get rid of. So that's just a straightforward about the string here on the floor. That is basically just doing a very low cut on the back vocal just because there's some kind of dark stuff that we want to get rid of. So that's just a straightforward about 200 hertz low cut. And there's your dynamic review right now. Now next here's the goal. I put the Pro MB on. Now what we're going to do is scoop out the bits. We don't scoop them out so that they sound really thin and there's nothing left of them. We just scoop out the way of the vocal. So the way to do this, and this setting work on every single type of backing vocal. Obviously you might have to dots. Can you chuffed to know that I can download this and on sale at Logic. So the first point band click 180. The next crossover point is around 930 and the next crossover point is around 4.85k. Range setting on band 1 is minus 5 dB. Band 2 range is minus about 15 dB. Band 3 is 80. The next crossover grab these mental discounts so that you can learn exactly how to mix like Pro. So what are we doing with the Pro MB? First of all, we're setting up 3 sections. The first crossover point is at 180, the next crossover point is around 930, and the next crossover point is around 4.85k. Range setting on band 1 is minus 5 dB, band 2 range is minus about 15 dB, band 3 is around minus 3.5 dB. The ratio for all of these is a 4:1 ratio.
On your own, south of the water.
Can you feel alive like this?
So when you're on your own, south of the water. You built this up with bricks and mortar.
So you can hear what this has
I
done.
want
It's
you
creating
give me
really
a
nice
ride like this.
backing vocals to allow the main vocal just to sit on top of it. So why haven't you seen this particular thing? This is where our ears pick up most of the sound, around 1k and above, so we are really susceptible to what's happening in this area. When you've got too much happening in this area, it sounds congested and your ear can't focus on one thing. This way, by scooping out the backing vocals, they're both sitting in exactly the right spot so that we can pick it up perfectly on our ears because the lead vocal is carrying more of the frequency than the backing vocal. So I'm not finished there. What I want to do here to make it even smoother and work better with the lead vocals is the trick I showed you in the last week's video. We're going to grab a reverb of about 120 times per this way, and we're going to put a compressor after it. So for a review of where we come from in this short amount of time, let's listen to the before and after.
So when you're on your own, south of the water. You built this up with bricks and mortar.
Don't forget, all the setting files and settings and presets are available free of charge on the link below. Don't forget to subscribe and drop me a like if you want me to do more stuff like this. Watch the next video that's coming up if you want to know how Dua Lipa and Miley Cyrus get their vocals to sound so perfect in every track.
This is for all the scooter lovers. Can you give me a ride like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Can you feel alive like this? Will you ever love like this? I want you to give me a ride like this. Can you give me a love like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Ever feel alive with this? Have you ever arrived like this? This is for all the scooter lovers. Can you give me a ride like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Can you feel alive like this? Will you ever ever love like this? I want you to give me a ride like this. Can you give me a love like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Ever feel alive with this? Have you ever arrived like this? Can you give me a ride 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 like this? This is for all the scooter lovers. Can you give me a ride like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Can you feel alive like this? Will you ever love like this? I want you to give me a ride like this. Can you give me a love like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Ever feel alive with this? Have you ever arrived like this? Can you give me a ride 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 like this? This is for all the scooter lovers. Can you give me a ride like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Can you feel alive like this? Will you ever love like this? I want you to give me a ride like this. Can you give me a love like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Ever feel alive with this? Have you ever arrived like this? Can you give me a ride 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 like this? This is for all the scooter lovers. Can you give me a ride like this? Do you know how to drive like this? Can you feel alive like this? Will you ever love like this? I want you to give me a ride like this. Can you give me a love like this? Do you know how to drive like this?
What's shaking, everyone? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? We are not on Twitch today because Streamlabs server's down. At least that's what it's telling me. Could be lies from the government. So I don't know. Could be lies. Could be lies. Could be sweet little lies from the government. I got some baseball to show you today. This will be fun. Check it out. Look how exciting baseball is. Where is it? Look at this. This is what spreadsheet baseball. Wait. There we go. Let me make this window smaller. This is exciting spreadsheet baseball. This is my team. We're pretty good. Not as good as I want to be. So you can see we have a 30-21 record. We're in first place. I am playing against real humans online, supposedly. Also could be a lie from the government. But see, look, I'm ranked 5th out of 26, and I want to be first. These are my players. These are the stats they put out. Yeah. This team's all right. I thought it was going to be way better than it is. We have a defense problem. Some of my players are getting old. This is my favorite player, Gorman Thomas. He's my favorite. Not having a great season, though. Let's see if you have any good baseball names. He's probably the best baseball name. Gorman Thomas. We got let's see, we got Reggie Jackson. He's a classic player. We got Van Kelly. That's a good name. We got Cliff Johnson. That's pretty standard. Got Vic Coral. Decent name. Billy Sample. He's a classic player. Anyway, any good names on the pitching side? Gary Pirtle. Billy McCool. That's a cool name. Billy McCool. He's better than this, so I gotta send him to reliever. Billy McCool. Yeah. Anyway, so this is spreadsheet baseball. I told you it's fucking boring. Told you it's fucking boring, but there's a lot of strategery that goes into it. Currently, my big debate is I tend to like offensive lineups, but it's getting me into trouble. Like this guy's a really good defender. He's got a ton of outfield range, but not that great of a hitter. And so I don't play him as much as I probably should. Yeah, so this is probably the first and last baseball stream because it's fucking boring. There's really, unless you're like, I mean, you know, I can get really inside baseball with all this. But it's probably fucking boring. Whoa, he's having I didn't realize how good his offensive season he's having. Merv. Old Merv. See, he's 34. He's killing it offensively. He's hurting me on the defense, though, a little bit. Yeah, that's crazy. See, that's a crazy high walk rate. BB percentage is walk rate. Strikeout percentage is 11.5. You want to have a higher walk percentage. You do strikeout percentage, which is what he's doing. He's got a crazy high ISO, too. ISO means power. So he's, let's see, his BABIP, that's probably not sustainable. That'll probably come down. BABIP means batting average of balls in play. That'll come down over the course of the season because his career average is 307. He's at 340 right now. WRC plus is what you want. Now we're getting really inside baseball. This is total measure of your offensive performance. 100 is average, so it's like percentage. So it's like 77% better than your average player this season, which is crazy good. But this BABIP will likely come down. Let's see, like he's on pace for 32 homers, which would be way more than he's ever hit, and 38 doubles, which is crazy high. But he's aging like fine wine, which is great. Usually players fall off around 32. But his fielding stats, he's less than efficient. 1,000 is efficient. and he's costing me some runs on that end, which has been my trouble all season. So I'm thinking of moving him to left, but then that means I take Jackson out of lineup. He's probably my second best hitter. Move him to DH. Anyway, see, it's fucking boring. This is fucking boring as shit. WAR is wins above replacement. This is your like total impact offensive and defense. Murray's been my best player. Followed by old Billy Samples. Old Billy Samples. Gary Nolan's by far my best pitcher. He's fucking great. Real life player. Back in the 70s. Yeah, he's been fucking awesome. So yeah, this is Spreadsheet baseball. What of it? Well, this is constant stimulation for me. This is my video games. You know, it's basically an RPG game, but without any graphics. It's like, it really is. It's like, you know, if you know, he's like, this guy is leveled up on offense, sacrificed some defense. You know, anyway, it's an RPG game with baseball without the graphics. Did I make any friends during the Smosh shoot? No, but I made all the enemies. I don't know. I made a ton of enemies though. Is that the right answer? I made a ton of enemies. I'm no longer friends with John because his bit was funnier than mine. Yeah, I was very nervous for the Smosh thing, and so, because I actually, I during the pandemic, I was, it's one of those things like Smosh got me through the pandemic. I watched a lot of, especially Try Not to Laugh challenges, and so I was very nervous, and I think it showed. Anyway. Yes. Right. So this is baseball. It's fucking boring. And I'm just realizing it's boring, so now I'll quit it. I'm kidding. I'm in a bunch of different leagues. These are all leagues I'm in. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at this game. I've been playing a long time. But this is, let's see. Just won the World Series in this league. Won the World Series in that league. Yeah, I've won a bunch of World Series. Which, thank you. This is what I want first in my resume. If I have a Wikipedia page, this is what I want first. In fact, on my gravestone, I want the stats. To date, I've probably won 20 to 30 of these World Series. I want that first on my gravestone. It's what I'm best at. If people gave a shit about, I know gaming's huge, but this game isn't. But if people gave a shit about this game and there was like professional gaming for this, I'd be fucking world class. Like, I am really good at this game. And I would definitely go pro if you could go pro in this game. This game's called OOTP, Out of the Park Baseball. If there was pro Out of the Park baseball teams, I'd be on one and I'd be making a ton of money. Because I know all the secrets. Yeah, see, this team won the World Series. Got Bryce Harper, he's really good. So if there's any actual Out of the Park baseball players that are following me, I'm happy to give you my secrets because I want to teach. I want to disciple. I want to tutor somebody because I'm fucking good at this, and nobody cares. I want somebody to be proud of me other than myself at this game, because I would definitely be top 5 in the world at this game for sure. like my proudest moment was when I found a glitch in the game, and there was only one other person online that found it. And I even told people, I wasn't selfish about it. I did exploit it because I worked hard to find the glitch because I was trying to break the game. I was trying to do the equivalent of speed running, right? And I found it, and there was one other guy, one Redditor, found the same thing. And I was like, this is fucking amazing. And I would even tell people like I was in leagues, and they wouldn't believe me. And I go, no, this is a fucking glitch. Basically, the glitch was, is this a scouting league? Yeah, some leagues you have scouts, some leagues you don't. But the glitch was, in every league, there's this thing called OSA ratings, which is what is up here. You can see it, right? Yeah, no, I have to move it over. Wait, I have to move this over. Damn it, how does fucking Streamlabs work? Something I'm not good at. Streamlabs. Okay, there we go. So there's a thing called OSA ratings up here, and you have your scout. OSA is like the Sports Illustrated of the world, where it's like, it's a third party, it's like what generally, it's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like ESPN. It's like the ESPN of the sports world, where it gives ratings of players, but it's not always accurate because it's supposed to be like a generalized, this OSA has a low, that means low confidence in the ratings of this player. Generally, your personal scout is going to have higher accuracy when you search for players. Anyway, in one versions of this game, I discovered that the OSA ratings were 100% accurate. It was a glitch. They're not supposed to be. But for one version of this game, I think it was OOTP 22 maybe, they were 100% accurate. Because I ran a bunch of tests and I go, they were way more accurate than my scout. And I go, what's up here? And I was finding out, no, they were 100% accurate. So then I was spamming it for sure. But that's what you do when you try to speak, when you're a professional gamer, which I am. But I try to alert people. People didn't believe me. And then finally, the company came out and said, yes, this is a glitch. We're going to fix it for the next version. I go, I told you. So I'm top 5 in the world. That's the whole point. So you should be very proud of me. No one else is but myself. I tell John every World Series I win, and he goes, great job. I don't care. I go, well, I crack open a beer for myself every time I do it. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. This is proof. I got this mug for winning. This is the 1910 Rabbit Champions, Detroit Tigers. I won a World Series in that league, and I got a mug out of it. And then I got a book. Also got a book that I won. This league folded because the commissioner went to real life prison. It's too bad. It was my favorite league. But that's the fun of online gaming. You have no idea what you're gaming with. I was gaming with actually, allegedly, I should say. Who knows? I rescind that comment. That might not be true. But the league closed suddenly, and I've said too much. I've said too much. Anyway, I could be completely mistaken. Don't sue me. In fact, he most certainly. I have no idea what I'm saying anymore. I just got this cool mug. Thank you. The mug is perfectly legal. It's a perfectly legal mug. Look, I might not be best in the world, but I'm top 5. Okay? I mean, I don't know 4 other people that are better than me at this game, but I'm gonna be humble and say top 5 at this game that nobody plays. Like the biggest streamer of this game gets like, has like 500 subscribers and gets like 1,000 views per. And I go, and he's the one guy. And I go, yeah, that's how niche this game is. But I do love it, and I do love it. Really, what got me into this game was I'm a real life sports fan, and and I get very hardcore, and I get very upset with like management and all my sports teams. And what games like this do, it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to be the manager and I'm going to run the team. So I take out my frustration that way, and I go, I knew I was a good manager. I knew I'd run it better than the real life team. I'd win World Series in real life. That's what this. It's cathartic. Because without this game, I'd be yelling at my screen a lot more. So it's actually healthy. That's the point. Video games is healthy. We knew this, correct? Anyway, back to this awesome team. Okay, let me tell you why this team's awesome. Well, first of all, this is the most valuable player in the game. I'll tell you why. Because first of all, it's crucial. The most important defensive position is shortstop. Without a defensive shortstop, a good defensive shortstop, you're just bleeding runs. You are just losing runs. You're hemorrhaging runs. And so it's vital to get priority is to get a good defensive shortstop. And that usually means they can't fucking hit. Like this is not a great example, but like this guy can't hit, he can't really field either. But usually shortstops have like a hitting rating of like this and then great fielding. But my boy Robin Yount is a real life baseball player, can field shortstop, and he's a crazy good hitter. So he's by far the most valuable piece in the game. Because he kills two birds. He solves your shortstop problem, and he can fucking hit. Like, he'd be a good player if he could just kind of hit. But he's like a great hitter, so he's so valuable. So I have the king piece. He's the queen in the chessboard. Queen's more valuable than king, right? King doesn't do anything? Wait. Talk about not knowing chess. Can the kings can be an offensive player, right? Or is he just constantly just hiding? Do good chess players ever weaponize the king? Does anybody know? Right. So, but is the king ever like used offensively out of desperation? Oh, here, I'll show you. God, why can't I get my windows correct? Damn it. It's gonna make them smaller. You can see the whole game. All right. Here's his defensive ratings. So Robin Yount, yeah, like 60, like that's gonna work. Like he last year saved 6 runs from shortstop, which is a little more than half a win, which is really good. But so he's really valuable. So that's a big part of why this team works. And also, he was my first round draft pick. A good third baseman's huge. It's like, also another king secret is I is underrated. I is huge. I means how many walks you take. If you ever seen Moneyball, the line is, well, he gets on base. This guy gets on base 40% of the time. Right there, OBP. So there's some Moneyball going on. Moneyball, great baseball movie. It really does. It weds nerddom with, like not action, but like mainstream storytelling. Like, you can watch it as not a baseball fan and enjoy the movie, but as a nerdy baseball fan, it does scratch a few itches. So it's a great movie. The king takes pawns a decent amount. Okay, right. I know if you lose your king, it's over. But my point is, as a strategy, do you ever take it out, or is like the minute you do, you lose? Base running speed is super overrated. Base running speed works as a multiplier. I got Markiplier on my name in my brain. As a as a multiplier of gap power. So like, which is doubles and triples. Like this guy, like they go hand in hand. Like if this guy had, let me find a guy who's a good example of this. He has no gap power. Who's my fastest dude? Okay, he's super fast. So his gap power is like okay, but the fact that he's super fast, see, he had 30 doubles last year. And that's not because of the good mediocre gap powers, because he has 70 speed. So they go hand in hand. If he had like 0 speed, he wouldn't hit any doubles even though he's got 55 gap power. So they worked in tandem. So in general, gap power and speed are overrated because individually they don't do shit for you. But when combined, they can be valuable. Also, it's like speed in general is overvalued because it works with stealing percentage, and you want to be careful about stealing bases. Like he stole 5 bases but caught 5 times, which is bad. But it's because I have also another hack is or strategy. See, I have stealing bases as low as it can go, because unless you can do it efficiently, it's killing. It's just you're bleeding runs. So maybe in a rare occasion, unless I have a crazy efficient and stolen base guy, then I'll turn it up. But in order to get an efficient stolen base guy, his speed has to be less than his stealing. Another hack. So unless you get a guy who's got like 80 stolen bases and like 60, 70 speed, it's got to be that ratio. So anyway, I's underrated. Also, the thing about I and power, I draft a lot of, like, look at these guys are all very similar profile. I, power, my catchers. This guy, I, power, I. Who's another good example of this? Pat Burrell. Power, I. They age the best. The thing that ages the most quickly are speed and contact. Like they will go down before 30. And so then the player's completely fucking useless to you. But I and power will last into your mid 30s. So these players will have the longest careers. Players with high I and high power. So that's why you like this guy's a good player, but he's gonna fall off a cliff because he doesn't have a fucking eye, and his power's decent. But he's valuable because of his defense. I mean, like he's a good player, but he's probably gonna fall off around 30. So he's got a good 5 years ahead of him, which is fine. But he's not gonna be effective into his mid 30s, whereas this guy will be effective for another 10 years. So that's another hack. Also, defense over pitching, especially in historical leagues and lefties. Historical leagues, like I don't draft pitchers high because defense is more important. Defense makes a pitching staff because defense plays 5 days a week, and also even like a great. First of all, this is mostly historical because strikeout rates were down. So like a great pitcher is only going to strike out, especially in historical leagues, 7 batters a game. You need to get 27 outs. So that's a third of the outs come from your pitching staff. The rest come from your defense. So 2/3 of your outs come from your defense. So that's why pitching and hitting, or defense and hitting, are more important in your pitching staff. It's your third priority. That's how I build my teams. And also, your opponents in online leagues prioritize pitching, so it's so backwards. So all the good hitters follow you. So they have all the wrong idea. Now in modern day leagues where strikeout rates are crazy high, a good pitcher becomes slightly more valuable, but there are other things to consider too. Anyway, getting really nerdy now, getting really inside baseball. Which Major League Baseball team should hire you? Well, I'm a Cubs fan. But here's the thing. Modern baseball is so tough because everybody has all the analytics. All the computers are working for everybody. Everybody has cutting edge AI. So where you get the advantage, I don't know. The hardest thing about modern day baseball, really the thing to figure out, is injuries. And that's where science needs to make the leap. Like every pitcher in modern day baseball is going to blow out their arm at some point because they all throw 100 miles an hour. And so to know who's not going to blow out their arm, and they have no way of predicting this, but that's the next frontier. So I don't know. But the point is there's not really any market inefficiencies anymore. All the teams have the same data. So it's really hard to see where you would get an edge. Really, it's kind of just like who's got the biggest checkbook. Yeah. So I don't even know if I'd want to be a modern day baseball GM. It's just it's too computer based. Ironically, and I'm playing the game on a computer, but it's just like so. There's just too much like AI involved. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Being a general manager of any sports team these days, I don't even know. It's like football sucks because injuries. It's like injuries. Basketball sucks because you need one of five players to be relevant, and if you don't have one of those five players, good fucking luck. Uh, and also like how yeah. So that's why that job sucks. Gonna sneeze. And baseball for the reasons I mentioned. So, not really a dream job anymore. Uh, oh, and also baseball suddenly got good again because they like to watch because they boogers because they changed a bunch of rules. The games are much faster. There's more balls in play. So suddenly, like I haven't watched an actual baseball game probably in a few like these past 3 to 4 seasons, but this year I'm watching because it's actually exciting again. Um, yeah. Well, I mean, for sure. Like, I think you could. I think anybody can enjoy a baseball game in 2023 now. That wasn't true in 2020 to 2021 to 2022. Probably like 2017 onward. But anybody can enjoy a 2023 baseball game. It's fast paced. Players are there's stolen bases now. It's really they've really solved a lot of the game because it was fucking boring for and everybody was just constantly striking out. They still are. Like that's still the biggest thing because players throw harder than ever. Like 10 years ago there used to be like one guy in the entire league that was throwing 100 miles an hour. And now there's every team has a couple or at least one. It's just like and so strikeout rates are still crazy high because pitchers are so fucking good. And blowing out their arms constantly. And so that's the only thing that's a little shitty about current day baseball, but they fixed most of it. Uh, yeah. There's a streamer like that whole stream there was a baseball game. Like he was streaming a whole like a real life baseball game, or do you mean like there's plenty of like MLB The Show gamers like baseball video games. I played MLB The Show for a while, but it just doesn't come close to spreadsheet baseball for me. It's too video gaming. Would I encourage my hypothetical kids? I mean, I encourage them to play sports, probably except football, because of concussions. But yeah, if they want to play sports, absolutely. I mean, I want them to have the same experience I did, which was in middle school, trying to not auditioning. What do you call it? Trying out for the basketball team, going and not making it, and crying. Every kid needs that experience, and realizing deep down that you're not an athlete, and it breaking your heart. Every kid needs to go through that. The minute they realize they're not an athlete, unless you're an athlete, and then you never have to go through it. Well, until you're 30-ish, until your 30s, or college, or wherever it ends. It's probably best if that road ends early. Though I played golf in high school. I was a golfer. Anyway, so that's spreadsheet baseball. That's it in a nutshell. Oops. Um, got so many boogers today. What's with the boogers? What's with the boogers though? What's with the boogers though? Damn it! Endless. Man, it's an endless supply today of boogers. Yeah, I mean, it's like what else? Like, there's not much more to go in. Let's see, I can go through another team. Let's see. Uh, I mean, I'm already getting bored. But let's see, this team. This team I won the World Series with last year, but then the league uh, not installed. Basically spawned a bunch of 80 grade players in the off season, and they're so free agency. So it just changed the whole. Like I'm still in first place, but this team's not going to win the World Series because the uh, the league spawned a bunch of crazy good baseball players. So it just threw out the whole balance of like so the draft that we did the prior year was just completely became worthless. Um, so it threw out the whole balance of the league. I mean, I'm still in first place, but I'm not going to win this year. I don't have the 80 grade talent. And my best player's hurt. This guy, he's hurt. He's like in season 80, and you can see why. He's got defense and crazy good hitting, but he's definitely he gets injured too often, and he's my only 80 grade player. And now there's way. It's just so this league's kind of been screwed up. And then this league here, I can actually criticize myself. I didn't win the World Series last year. I made probably the worst trade of my spreadsheet baseball career. It was a dumb trade. I I was not invested in this team yet. Oh, I couldn't load this one. So something happened when I guess I moved it to this computer. So we'll see if we can load it. Yeah, the St. Louis Cardinals in there in this one, which is a sin since I'm a Cubs fan. But here, where's the worst trade I made? Won first in the division but lost in the playoffs, which makes sense. I traded for this guy. This was dumb trade. I did it because I did it basically because I was being pressured by the other GM. He just was so insistent. I just did it to get him off my back. Not a good thing. The problem is this guy's crazy injured. He's fragile. He's going to be constantly injured for the rest of his career. So I'm barely going to get any games out of him. And he's not good enough to be. And I gave away a top pitching prospect for him. It was a terrible trade. And I did it mostly because I was frustrated with this guy. Just go away. And so don't be peer pressured into doing shit you don't want to do. And also, because a lot of my leagues, injuries are turned down real low. They're not in this league. I didn't take that into consideration, which I should have. I hadn't had to worry about injuries for a while in my leagues. But this league, injuries are like normal. So that means this guy's basically never going to play a full season, which is fucking great. Good return on your investment. Terrible trade, probably worst trade I've ever made. But I've made other good decisions with this team, so we should still be good. Like I traded for this guy and just signed him to big money. Signed him to this big contract. He's a 75 overall, which makes sense because good at second, and he gets on base, as they say. And what does he do? He gets on base. And he's 24, so I get him for his prime years. And I traded. What did I trade for him? I traded for a similar player, but he's super young and not developed yet. Who also had a worse injury rating. So that was a good trade. But here, let me find that fucking pitcher I traded for him. I'm still pissed about it. I'm so pissed. And it was a dumb fucking trade. And I traded this. He was so dumb. Worst trade in my career. I traded Doug Bird for him, who just put up, so stupid. He just put up a 2.53 ERA season, won 15 games. I won vengeance. Well, I did it. There's nobody except I did it. Taking ownership. But God, it pisses me off. Because I don't make many mistakes. As they call them, what do they call it in chess? They, not gaffes. What do they call them? Blunders? It was a blunder. It was a fucking blunder. And I don't like it. And I mean, this guy's alright. I got him in return. He's not that guy. Yeah. This guy John Howell. He's fucking sweet. He's real good. Lefties are king in basically my whole pitching strategy in historical baseball is just to prioritize hitting and defense. Just get a bunch of lefties. They could be mediocre, but they will put up great ERAs. Because lefties have the platoon advantage. Basically, why lefties are so good is because all lefty hitters struggle against lefties. And like half of righties do. And it's because lefties are rare, so right-handed batters, because you just don't see them as much. So the league has more practice against right-handed pitchers in real life. So basically, generally all lefty batters struggle against lefty pitchers, and a lot of righties do as well. Whereas with righty pitchers, no lefties struggle with righties, and some of righties do. Yeah, that made sense after I said it. That made sense. Okay. All right. That's that. Spreadsheet fix. Yeah, OOTP 24 just came out, but none of my leagues have migrated to that yet. So I'm in 23. John Madison wants to be on stream. Before I talk about how good his fucking bit was, I'm trying not to laugh. You're on stream. What do you want?
I'm on stream?
Yeah, you know you are.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you are. You're on.
Oh, cool. How's everybody doing?
We're going through Spreadsheet baseball right now.
Oh, you're finally doing it, huh?
Yeah. I'm finally doing it. I'm finally showing the world how fucking boring it is.
I saw sort of like a Spreadsheet baseball like type game on Steam recently.
It was probably this one. This is really the only Spreadsheet baseball game.
It wasn't. It was a different one.
How do you know? What is this? How do you know? What was it called?
Let me check.
How do you know it's different? You don't.
Because I know what the word. Because I can remember the words out of the park baseball.
Yeah, but it's also called OOTP. Was it called OOTP?
No, I know what an acronym is. It wasn't OOTP. Let me find it.
Let's see. What are the best? This team doesn't have great names either. Let's see. These are pretty mediocre baseball names. Pepe Frias. That's a good name.
Let's see here. Let's find out. Where is it? Where'd it go? Store. New releases. It's not Crab Champions, but everyone really likes that game.
Crab Champions.
Yeah, because you're a crab. You get to be a crab.
Crab Champions.
Yeah, you get to be a crab in Crab Champions.
Here, let's look at the free. What?
Here it is. It's called Digital Diamond Baseball, version 11.
What?
Oh,
Let me take
that
a
was
look at this.
wait.
Yeah, well, I bet it's not any good. Digital Baseball 11?
Digital Diamond Baseball. Digital Diamond Baseball, version 11.
Oh.
Steam. Digital Diamond Baseball.
Versus OOTP. Let's see what people say. OOTP is more acting like a GM and managing an entire front office. Digital Diamond is very good, but offers no transparency on how results are arrived at.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sounds bad.
But I also do see on Steam Out of the Park Baseball 24, which came out
Yeah.
this past month. Is that
Yes.
what you're playing?
No, 23 because all my leagues generally wait until all the bugs are worked out because nothing is actually released finished.
Oh, wow.
You know, because we're in update culture. So there's going to be tons of bugs with it. Anyway, I just do it when the league updates and I update, but none of my leagues are updating yet. And because here's the thing with the OOTP is there's really nothing to change for like each version's the fucking same. There's really nothing to do.
Cross-platform multiplayer, so I could play this on PC on Steam.
Yes,
against you.
yeah, I've told you this. Yes, anyone can play it, but you're not gonna want it. Anybody can play this, and yeah, we can play each other. You're gonna not like it. There is nothing to do for you. If you like baseball stats, you'll love this game. Do you like baseball stats?
If you like baseball stats, no, I don't.
Yep, thought so. Then you won't like this game. Do you like math?
No.
See, I fucking love math.
I know you do.
Except for, I didn't like calculus as much. Like proofs. Is that proofs or calculus, right? Yeah, proofs, no thanks. But in general, I like math. So this scratches a lot of itches for me.
What about Flight Simulator? Can you play that?
No, but I watched some my plays. That looks fun. If I cared about flight, it would be a fun thing to do. But I don't. I just like watching. Not even my plays, like compilations of like.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Of like things going wrong in Flight Simulator. Like those are fun.
Yeah, and the guys.
Because what's fun about it is they do
guys,
take it so fucking
"Hey,
seriously.
Dad,
They take it so
21,
seriously.
31, we're gonna need you to come.
We're gonna need you to come down in, and then there's just some guy just randomly, runs into another plane, and then they go, well, that, and the comedy's so dry. They go,
It's pretty great.
well, that was unexpected. Like it's just, it's not, it's not your typical online game where people are cursing each other out and just like awful to each other. Like they're generally very, like they take it very seriously. They treat it like. So it is fun to watch some my plays of that stuff. Whereas like you watch a my play of like Call of Duty, and it's just people being the worst to each other.
To each other, right?
And on screen. Yeah. If you were to play spreadsheet baseball, what team would you be?
The Leavenworth Pioneers.
Are they? Is that actually their minor league team?
No, it's not a team. I think that was my high school mascot.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right.
We can do a watch of Smosh, a Smosh watch.
No, John. John, no. Why would you ask me that?
Because it's relevant.
You know how I feel about my performance.
Well, I don't feel very good about mine.
Yeah, fuck off. God damn it.
I don't. Shane wasn't there.
I assume you're doing a watch party. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not.
Well, why would you fucking think that I would?
I don't know. People would watch it. At least.
They would?
Yeah, people would definitely come watch it. People love
Who would come that's not watching me right now?
People on Instagram. If you were like, hey, I'm doing a watch party of the Smosh appearance, people would come watch it.
I don't think so, John.
the data says differently because people fucking love watch plays. What is this called?
I don't know.
Let's watch together.
No, but what the data shows is there's no crossover appeal. It's like platforms don't migrate. It's like, yeah, it's like very small levels. It's like having a big following on Instagram doesn't mean anything for your Twitch. It means zilch for your Twitch, and it's like there's no crossover. That's what the data shows. It's like most people are I believe, not inter, are intra platform. I could be using that correctly. Something is intranational versus international. I believe intra means within your country. Am I using that correctly?
Intra.
Yes. See, I'm a smart boy. But great. Well, then why don't you do it? If you believe so much in the numbers, why don't you do it?
No.
Why?
I got real work to do.
I mean, you're on the phone with me. It can't be that real.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's fair. Oh, I'm kind of multitasking.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
So he just came on stream to brag about how his bit was better than mine. I knew it. I knew that's why he called. Fucking knew it. Unreal. Unreal. The nerve, the gall. Look, I only took 2 levels of Upright Citizens Brigade improv training. Okay? Get off my back about it. Can you get off my back about it? Unreal. The nerve of that guy. All right. Probably music time. All right. Forgot to update John on the booger situation. Well, what is the booger situation? I think it's mostly solved, though. I'm in my head about it. Though, you know what's interesting, though? Now, I'll say this. Well, all right, I'll share it. I got this procedure done on my nose to help breathing, where they went to, a nose specialist, what do they call it, ENT, and they put like medical balloons up my nostrils and inflated them, and like my bones cracked inside, and like they opened up the passageways. What do they call it? A balloon sinuplasty. Anyway, that was wild. Helped me breathe a little better. But they put balloons up my nose and expanded them, and I heard little bones crack. Tiny little bones. So maybe that's why I have so many boogers. Because my holes are bigger. My holes are bigger. Yeah, that's the process. They put deflated balloons, up your nose and in a specialized way in specialized areas or whatever, and then they rapidly inflate them, and you hear bones crack. and you go, whoa. So that was a wild thing I did recently. All right, but enough spreadsheet baseball, enough booger talk. Let's do some music. Unfortunately, let's do some music. I've been working on Take Me Back a little bit. I still need to get that. I need to get a, what do you call it? AirPad? What do you fucking call those things? AirPads? iPads. So I can share the screen. But anyway, let's see if the audio is working. This vocal performance, but there's some weird fucking shit going on with the sibilance. It's driving me crazy. I don't know if it's this new DI thing I got going on, but it's just so sibilant-y. I thought I fixed it. It's not enough. God damn it.
You look just the same as I always remember.
I even turned him down. I want to turn him down too.
You look just the same. You look just the same. You look just the same.
Maybe it's fresh air.
You look just the same. You look just the same as I always remember. Look just the same.
Yeah, it is higher. It's a little bit of that.
You look just the same as I always remember. All those Friday nights under the lights, under the bleachers together. You and I were meant to be something more than a faded memory. Till you something divided. If the universe is infinite, and it's definite, there's an alternate reality. Our family. Take me back in time to love you. Take me back when we were lost in love and lost in feeling without the cause. Take me back in time to high school. Take me back when things were right. Light my heart and light my shadow to make it alright. 'Cause I already lost it once.
Oh boy. So much fucking work.
Universe is infinite. If the universe is infinite, then it's definite. You look just as I always remember. And you look just
Gross.
the same as I always remember. All those Friday nights under the lights, under the bleachers together. You and I were meant to be something more than a faded memory. Till you and I, something divided.
Ah! Sibilance. Slamming against the compressor. Some shit.
As I always remember all those Friday nights.
Also.
Under the lights, under the bleachers together.
Also, what if I also add basically another de-esser? Oh my god, so much de-essing. I really should just stop when I sing shit. I should just stop using consonants. Just stop it entirely. That might be helpful, actually. What am I trying to do? All right, I'm going to put a compressor and do a filter on it, sidechain it. Filter above, 6K. High pass. Tack down, release down. And we're going to move it ahead in the chain. Also, there's going to be a quicker way to do this. Move something to the top of the chain. Let's try this. Let's try this.
All those Friday nights under the lights. All those Friday nights under the lights. All those Friday nights under the lights, under the bleachers together. You and I were meant to be something more than a faded.
That fucking faded, man. You hear that? Might as well fart into the microphone.
Something more than a faded. Something more than a faded. Something more than a faded.
Oh, it is lower.
Something more than a faded memory to you. Something more than a faded memory to you. And I, something more than a faded.
Jeez. Gross. And something more than a.
Something more than a faded.
That's nice and gentle. Why can't you do that the first time?
Something more than a faded memory to you. And I, you and I were meant to be something.
You and I were meant to be. Need some more backups. You can never have too many backups in an R&B song. You and I were meant to be.
Under the bleachers together, you and I were meant to be something.
Probably gonna sound super plosive.
Under the bleachers together, you and I were meant to be something.
Also, it's still off time.
You and I were meant to be something. You and I were meant to be something.
I knew it! It was gonna be too plosive. Shouldn't have said the T's, man! It's like you can't even see them. Unreal.
You and I were meant to be something more than a faded memory to you and I, something divided. You and I were meant to be something more. You and I were meant to be something more than a faded memory to you. Memory to you.
Maybe.
To you and I. To you and
Go
I.
line up though.
To you. To you. To you. To you. To you and I. To you. And you. To you. And
Gross.
memory to you. To you. To you. And I. To you. To you. And to you. And I. To you. And I. To you. And I. To you.
Also, but I also need. I got these pans so weird. So strange. So strange, my panning choices. You.
Memory to you. Memory to you.
I've done it better in the backups than I did in the lead, which is always the case.
To you and I. To you and I.
Gross, something's out of tune. So a lot of things are out of tune. That's alright. You are a flat, my friend. Are we gonna treat you? We're just gonna cheat you. You're flat. Hey, give it a little chorus effect. I don't know why it does that. Also, we're gonna cheat you.
To you and I. And I. Something divided.
I want more low end from the backs here. I don't know what that means or why the way I don't know why you are the way you are. Logic. Why can't I hear the damn lead?
If the universe is infinite, then it's definite. There's an alternate. If the universe is infinite, then it's definite. Then it's definite.
There's some weird distortion going
If the
on.
universe is infinite, then it's definite. There's an alternate reality.
Now a family. We're now a family. We're now a family. Gross. Now a family. Ah, I wish I could crazy riff. I wish I could do a crazy riff there. I think just be in tune. It's my standard right now. Just be in tune. More Fs. I gotta cut Fs out of my diet too. Jeez. God, they just kill a track. This vocal writer's not doing its job. Why did we got so many quiet? Yeah, keyboard. Let's keep the keyboard hitting there. That's good. Go! Jeez, kill it. Kill it! We need some sort of mid-range swell. Yeah, you're not gonna cut it. More bass. Better.
Family.
nothing here. We gotta make this. Let me just copy. I think I do this already.
Oh, if you'd ask, the universe is infinite. I already lost it once.
That's a choice, man. That is a choice.
If the universe is infinite, then it's there's an alternate reality.
Just listening to the low end because there's crazy distortion shit. This is good. Taking over. Where is it? Where's the start of this thing? Come on. Okay, that's without the professor. Yeah, it works. So that's a good change. God, it's so satisfying when you take it off and then you just go. I need those breaths in the backup, but I love that backup part. It's like I almost want to just hear the chorus. Where is it? We'll just do it. Again, backups are always the best part. Lead vocals suck. Lead vocals overrated. No, that doesn't sound great, but this does. Whoa, that hits cool. Let's get rid of that breath, and we'll turn down the backups and do this stupid tempo. You gotta hear the melody for some fucking reason. Actually, we'll turn it up. Let's turn up that breath because everybody needs to hear me gasp for air. So it'll sound like this. Perfect mixing. Perfect mixing, yeah. It's perfect. Doesn't need to change.
Take me back in time to love you. Take me back when we were lost. Lost in love and lost in feeling without a cause. Take me back in time to high school. Take me back when
You want to do more of a low cut?
Take me back in time to love you. Take me back when we were lost. Lost in love and lost in
Wait, I want to hear
feeling.
more of that hit, that stab. Where is that stab? Is it this? Yeah. Shit. Comes out of nowhere. Just want to hear here.
Lost in love and lost in feeling without a cause. Take me back in time to high school. Take me back when things were light. Lay my heart in that shadow to make it alright.
'Cause I already lost it once. I don't want to do that whole post-chorus. I guess I gotta do it. Already lost it once. What I'd already... You just can't cut it off. Slow jam. Oh, some real weird shit going on there. Is that compressor? Is it slamming against compressor? Is that what's happening? What is this compressor doing? Why do I have this compressor on here? That did it! I don't know why I had that compressor there. What the fuck was I doing with that? Fixed! But I wonder if that changes the whole fucking mix. It might. Great. But this performance ain't gonna do shit for me. Here, let's do that. That'll be the performance. 'Cause I already... You have this nice sounding track, and then suddenly you just go, that was the wrong take. You go, what the fuck?
You don't look the same.
The problem is, it's like I can only do slow jams for so long. It's like, do you really want to sit through a verse 2 of this? I mean, I do some nice things with it, but fuck. Or maybe I'm just out of the mood right now. Where I go, alright, we got it. I don't know. You don't look the same at all. As I remember, the light has left your eyes. Something. I think I changed the melody for this. I don't even remember what. Anyway. Ah.
The same at all. Has left your eyes. Something has changed.
Hey, this is all over the place.
We're put together, but I remember.
It does have that part though.
Oh, if you'd ask me, I'd still go to prom with you. If the universe is infinite, the universe is infinite. It comes at a cost for you and me. Alternate reality. Only you and me.
I do like that idea for the second chorus, or that's just gonna be it. It's just gonna be. I think it is just gonna be backups on the second chorus. In time to love, or you bury the lead melody. Or actually, where is that part? Oh, is it this?
Me, take me back
What if we did a little bit? Maybe that. Something else missing is that guitar, man. It's like, will this track just be nice if I got rid of that fucking distorted guitar? Is it just ruining this track? Let's find out. Find out at 10. It's like, do you really need this thing squelching in your left ear? It's like, shut up, dude. A lot of fun ideas in here. There's so much, though. There's just so much. There's a ton. There's just whittling this down. It's like, okay, if this distorted guitar wants to play, he needs to play nicer. He's not playing nice right now. This electric guitar is certainly not playing nice right now. It's in the sandbox with everybody else, but it's ruining all the sandcastles. Where are you? Where'd you go? Are you hiding now? Because I yelled at you? No. Where's my electric guitar? Classic clean, that's not you. Clean's playing along nicely. Damn it. Oh, here you are. Hard rock. It's like so much more breathing room. What is it adding? Here, let's check mono. Mono makes things honest. It's it's as simple as an EQ thing. It's pretty harshly EQ'd though. What if I roll off just the top end? That's definitely helpful. Difference. What it does, when it says it soothes things, maybe what it does, I guess it'll change the amp. I'll put it on there, see what it does. And it is basically just noise. It's like, I don't even hear a guitar part in there. More pleasant. What is this guitar part? Let's make an actual part out of it. Power chord. So what I had on the first chorus, that can't be right. It's not moving. Oh, I don't have to do that.
Take me back in time to love you.
That's also why that chorus is nicer. Shut up, guitar, man! Holy! Yikes. I have crazy verbiage delay on it. Oh, that might be... Actually, might have used that for working boys. I can't tell you what I did for coffee today. I can't tell you. Nope, I can't tell you. You'll never know. Nope. Sorry. You'll never know. Whoa, take me back in time to love. In time to love you. Who wants to play some basketball? God. Hey, thought it was a good idea at the time. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Saw basketball, and that's the best I could come up with. That's what 2 levels of improv gets you. That's what 2 levels of improv training gets you. You said brought back the nunchucks? You mean like from what? From the dead? Ah. Yeah, I did give myself. I think I brought. I knew the bit was going to go terribly, so I brought the nunchucks out. I was like, I need a bit about a bit going terribly because this is going to go terribly. Here's the thing, though. I'm not going to give myself too much credit because the bits were awful. But I did improvise them. There was no pre-thought into any of it, other than the thought was, okay, I have a stand-up who, when it goes terribly, has nunchucks. That was it, and I thought of it in seconds before I went on, and then I saw basketball and thought I should say that. There was no other pre-planning, but in retrospect, should have pre-planned. Because I did have a backup pre-planned bit that in retrospect would have been funnier, but I was like, no, let's do it live. Lessons learned, painful lessons. Who wants to play some basketball? I don't, not me. Man alive. Man alive. All right, I don't want to listen to any more slow jams. I found what mix of Dirty Gold did I drop into Patreon? I mixed two of them. The last one, and there was one other one because I was. What was it called? I know what the last one was. Demon Child, but what was the original? Which one's this? How do I download this? Did I not? Oh, Dirty EDM Brew. Because I stumbled upon a mix I actually liked, but there's problems with it still, but it's better. It's better. Which one's EDM Brew? Here, we can do some preliminary lists. I gotta do this at some point, I guess. I guess. Okay. Who wants to play some basketball? It's gonna haunt me forever. At least all spreadsheet baseball. What? It's not what I want. Logic. This window isn't even open anymore. All right, listen. I'm going to reveal my coffee. I'm going to reveal my coffee to you, okay? Under one condition. You judge me for it. All right. No. I'm not sipping it. Because if I show it on screen, I'll sip it, which I don't want to do. All right, so this is Hellspawn, which I didn't like as much as this one. Where is it? It's called Whatever 2. But then then I go, what does whatever one sound like? So we'll have to listen to whatever one, because obviously we're at the point where older mixes are sounding better than new ones. So the point is I should have stopped working on this eons ago. I have ones called Maybe. I don't know which one was EDM Brew. Maybe it was one of these. Where did EDM Brew come in? Or was it way earlier than I thought? I don't know. I don't know. And then I have E-mastered Maybe 2. Great. Great. Good. This is all helpful. You can go away. All right. Oh, shit. Nope. This is going to be loud.
Hey, boo, daddy needs a little of that dirty.
Right, okay. I'm just going to go through the beginning because this is the one I liked. Beginning. See, that sounds the same.
Hey, boo.
It sounds similar. But I liked it better than this was the most recent thing.
Hey, boo, daddy needs a little of that.
Yeah, I like it. It's drier. But then let's just compare choruses.
Tell you to behave. I am expecting you to betray me. Only if you're over it. A one-way ticket, power trip with no room for censorship, baby. I love ya, I'm in love, but you gotta do wrong. Yeah, you gotta do wrong. Girl, you say of me, won't you love me like you don't care?
Duty Duty Girl. Duty Duty Girl. Next up, Duty Duty Girl. Okay, so we heard that one. That was maybe 2. Here's maybe 1.
But you gotta do wrong. Yeah, you gotta do wrong. Girl, you say of me, won't you love me like you don't care?
That sounded good. That sounded similar, maybe a little better. I got whatever 1.
But you gotta do wrong. Yeah, you gotta do wrong. Girl, you say of me, won't you love me like you don't care?
Diddy Dirty.
But you gotta do wrong. Yeah, you gotta do wrong. Girl, you say of me, won't you love me like you don't care?
And that's one of the most recent one. I gotta drag it out of because it's not the master. Demon Child. Demon Child. I'll raise the demon child. I'll raise the demon. I'll raise the child to be a full demon. I'll raise the child.
But you gotta do wrong. Yeah, you gotta do wrong. Girl, you say
See, yep, I've not improved.
won't you love me like you don't care?
Now let's hear the second verse. So, have not improved.
You talk to me like you're in a locker. Hey, you talk to me like you're in a locker room. It's clear you never stepped in a classroom. You think I'm
Okay, I got that gist.
You talk to me like you're in a locker room. It's clear you never stepped in a class. You talk to me like you're in a locker room. It's clear you.
Yeah, so I like those mixes better, but they got pops in them. So you go, can I even, here, we'll do that real quick. You see how far back I can actually go with Dirty Girl, my save history. Let's see, that was whatever one was made. March 31st. Okay, I can go back to March 31st. I can still access it if I want. All right, I think that's a stream. My energy's low. My patience is thin. All right. I'll catch you later. Peace.